What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to take, unfortunately, my last drive in the 700 horsepower full bolt-on Nissan GT-R the way it sits. So in this video, basically like I said, this will be the last time truly driving the car with all the upgrades. If you're new to the channel, I have this car listed for sale. Had it listed for about a month or so with all the modifications. I had a guy interested in the entire exhaust system on this, and quite honestly that was enough for me to say let's go ahead and put the car all back to stock. So that's already sold. The rest of the car parts are going to be for sale. I'm parting out the Nissan GT-R. So 3-inch intakes, upper intercooler pipes with the recirculation valves, got the fuel injectors, the flex fuel kit, and the Cobb tuner. Now I'll make a full video actually parting out the car. With the Cobb tuner, I actually looked through all of my files and stuff. I still have their stage 2 off-the-shelf map, which you can't get anymore from Cobb because they've kind of gone a little weird trying to do anything to avoid anything with catalytic converters. I still have that tune and all of my stage 3 tuning. So I have a lot of tunes for this, for the person who obviously is going to buy this access port. And the cool thing, what I'm going to do is when I put everything back to stock, I'm actually going to tune the car on Cobb's off-the-shelf stage 1 map, which is for a stock car. That way I get a little bit more horsepower and turbo PSI than stock, so I at least can enjoy the car a little bit while I still have it. And if anything pops up, I have the tuner still plugged into the car to monitor parameters and things like that. So that's kind of how I'm parting it out. I'll have everything listed down in the description with what parts are for sale. Wheels obviously are going to be for sale as well. Also with today's market, it's a little bit different, so I feel like selling this car just bone stock at a significantly cheaper price is going to end up doing better, just because, you know, market's a lot different than it was when I sold the Supra. So with all that said, oh man, here we go. The last time really getting a rip on the car, straight piped, 700 horsepower, all that good stuff. Oh, that was just easing into it. Man, this car, the way these things take modifications is unreal. Not many cars just get better and better the more you throw performance parts and tuning at it. This car is just so meant to be upgraded, and just, it makes so much power. It's such a joy. It's crazy to drive this car, honestly. That's like 60. I'll definitely miss the GT-R. However, something I've kind of just realized, it's a material item. At the end of the day, it is replaceable. You know, when the time comes where I want to get another GT-R, I'll buy another GT-R. So it's not irreplaceable. It will be sad to see it go, but also having it for 5 years, it's such a normal car to me. Still doesn't get old. Gosh, it carries speed unlike anything. Oh man, this thing is always so much fun. But like I said, after 5 years of owning this car, this is, out of every car I've ever owned, I have owned this the longest, and I have put the most miles on this car. So while that's kind of out of the ordinary, you know, daily driving and owning a GT-R as your most owned car ever, this is that car to me. This is the car that I am most familiar with. Obviously, I review cars for a living and drive hundreds of cars a year, but with the GT-R, you know, this is my most normal car that I am so used to. While it's ridiculous to drive, it's so fast, just crazy. You know, I'm so used to it to where I just want to try something new. I want to take the funds from this car. You know, this car's paid off, worth good money, and I can buy so many other dream cars. So that's my whole mentality on it. And I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to get into the next car and just have a whole new chapter of memories with something amazing that's been on my bucket list. Man. Man, still puts a smile on my face when ripping around. There's just so much drama. Gosh. It'll be funny driving it around bone stock again. At least I got the stage 1 tune I can play with until either the car sells or the access port sells. gosh. Man, my last time, this is, I don't know if it's hitting me yet. It's gonna be a while till I own a car that's this fast, this precise. But later in the year, when we get the RS3, I'm curious how much I can make that feel like this as far as the power. So I'll have something fast again, but nothing quite like it. Man, even for being heavy, you know, people think these are too heavy. Oh man, it's so good still in the turns. Gosh, such a well-balanced car. And the cool thing is you can just do anything. I always enjoyed how I never had to worry about driving this car. I knew if I was going somewhere, I could put stuff in the back, I could do the long haul trip, I could go places where you wouldn't want to bring an expensive car. Nobody looks at the car. It's just such a normal car. Honestly, as far as the looks go, people, like, it kind of just flies under the radar, which is so cool to have this kind of performance and that under the radar type of feeling. Man, the next time I drive this car, it's gonna be to get the downpipes and remove the entire exhaust system. The exhaust wakes up this car tremendously. It's gonna be so weird. Oh man, I don't want to cry in today's video, but this is just, it's such a good car. Gosh. And honestly, not only do I love the driving experience with this, gosh, what's even more fun is just the memories and things I've done. This car really helped build our YouTube channel. I mean, we were not really quite on the map. We were doing pretty good with the Genesis Coupe videos. We were kind of the only ones filming those back in the day. When I bought this, the same week my brother bought the R8, you know, our channel took a new level and we really started getting views. This thing got so many views the first 2-3 years I owned it. Like, it was super popular. It did so much to build our business and make it to where we could do YouTube as a full-time job. So I owe so much to buying this car, and when I bought the car, so many people thought it was stupid. When I had the Genesis Coupe and I said that I'd buy a GT-R one day, so many naysayers said it would be stupid to buy, a waste of money, you'd regret it. 5 years, I've made too many amazing memories. This car led me to my wife. Like, she was a GT-R fan, literally watched my YouTube videos, and then here we are married and just doing so many cool things together, building a life. Like, I'm just a big believer of following your dreams. Literally, whatever you want to do in life, just literally do it. If anyone's telling you don't do it, they're just people who haven't done anything in their life to where they just want to bring you down. So seriously, live your life. Just do it, and make it happen in a responsible way, obviously. You know, I could have bought the next car I'm buying after this, which is, of course, a Lamborghini Gallardo. I could have bought one a while ago, but I was renting a house with my brother. I would have had a huge loan on it, and it would have been my only car. So that would have been, like, stupid to buy. Now I'm in the position to where once I sell this, I could probably pay cash for a Gallardo, depending on which one I get. And if I do have a finance loan on it, it's not going to be much to where I will even care about it. So do things responsibly, you know, make your dreams happen on a timely manner, but don't give up on them. Like, make them happen. Because every time I've driven this car for 5 years, I've just enjoyed it so much. And even though I made the videos, you know, 5 things I hate about my GT-R, there is nothing to hate about it. It's just such a raw car. I've always enjoyed that. You can just get to speeds, whatever speed you want. You say it, and the car does it. It's so mechanical, it's so raw. It is literally unlike anything else. And that's one thing interesting about the next car. You know, I'm really hot on the Lamborghini Gallardo and a 911 GT3, a 991 generation. Going for the Gallardo first. That's my bucket list childhood dream car. I have to just make that happen right now. It's been my goal to do that before I turn 30. So I have about 7 months to go before I don't make that goal. So that is the next car. But I know it's gonna be significantly slower than this, but I'm not really craving the acceleration in the next car, mainly because I am so used to this. While I love the fastness and how fast it is, I'm so used to it to where that it excites me, but it's not the thrill I'm chasing. I'm chasing like just that bucket list car and the raw mechanical old school feeling. I don't really care if it's super fast. Even with the manual Supra, you know, I get comments, it's slower than your automatic Supra. I don't care. It doesn't do anything for me that it's slower. I'm so used to something that's ridiculously fast, faster than pretty much any car on the road. It doesn't matter to me, I guess. It's kind of weird to say that if you're not used to this kind of fast car, but I'm so used to it to where I'll come back to a crazy fast car again. I don't need that right now in my next car. Not to say it isn't mind-blowing to drive this. Gosh, it's like time warps around you in this thing. Gosh. What a car. Man. So that is about it. Winding down the last real drive. Gosh. Always puts a thrilling smile on my face. It is a thrill to drive. It'll be missed. It will be missed. I'm trying not to cry in this video. Like, it'll be missed when I do sell it and I say goodbye to the car. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna act. I almost cried selling the Genesis. I was tearing up a little bit because I owned that for 4 years. I drove that like 20-something thousand miles. Drove this like 26,000 miles. And obviously I've done way more with this car with just building the business, personal life, adventures. So this car is just such a benchmark for me. It'll be interesting when it goes. But at the end of the day, being a material item, I know once it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, I won't really like think about it much. It'll just be if I want another GT-R, when the time comes, I'll pick one up. I have other cars that I really, really want to buy and experience to where I'm just so okay with saying goodbye to this. So that is it. I will see you guys in the next video, which we'll be parting it out. That'll be an interesting video, just kind of time-lapsing, going back to stock, and everything being for sale. So message me on Instagram or send us an email. Things will be listed in the description for what is available at the current moment, and I'll update that as time goes on. But if you want any R35 GT-R parts, here you go. We have a lot of things now for sale from the GT-R as this thing goes back to stock. I'll see you guys in the next video.